Hi, Facebook. Good morning. Is it morning? Good morning. Good morning. It is almost 12 o'clock. I can't believe where time has flown ever so rapidly, but I'm jumping on here this morning. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes with you all and just really jump into some content and some nuggets really about life, what we should be doing, what we should not be doing, and how we can ensure that we are truly living up to purpose, prosperity, peace, grace, and power. So, for those of us who don't know me, my name is Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. I'm a life and business strategist, and I really help people to, get out of that place where you think that nothing is possible and really fix and shape your mindset into helping you understand that you are all so beautiful and powerful. So welcome to the broadcast. I want you to tag somebody, share this with somebody, share the broadcast, invite somebody who you know needs to hear this amazing message. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I've had to do and some of the things that I've had to learn and some of the things I've had to be to become the person I am today. Because the reality is that none of our journey is simple, and no, success is not going to land on your lap. You are going to have to jump out there. You're going to have to do something differently. You're going to have to chase it, grab it by the horns, and pull it into your space. So I want you to invite somebody. And if you watch the replay and it really resonates and it really leaves something in your space, I would desire for you to share that with some people. Because sometimes we get a nugget on Facebook or some other media, and we don't pass on the knowledge, but we need to share, because by sharing, we are helping others to succeed and do well. So I just really wanted to tell you a bit about my story. A few years ago, and some of you probably know this already, I wrote my first story. It was called The Mango Girl. I published it, and life was going great. And then my now ex-husband got up and he left the family, and I was left broken and bruised, and I really felt like there was no way out. I felt like I had failed again. I felt like life had just dished me another bad turn, because if you know much about me, you'd have known that I'd already been divorced, and I'd already been with a single parent, and I'd already struggled, and already been a failure. And I was just picking my life back together, and suddenly it all fell apart. And I was saying on a podcast last night that I was broken. I found myself battered, and I found myself truly broken. And I found myself at a place that I did not even believe that I could walk. I couldn't even crawl. I was in my house for 5 days, and I did not shower. I was stank. And I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I got to the place where I wanted to die, because nothing around me was making sense. Everything was falling apart. My life was in shambles. I was shattered. And I was there. I was not a mother to my children. I didn't make any sense. I was depressed. And I got to the place where I saw my children. At the time, my daughter was about 16 and my son was about 3, give and take a few months. And I really realized that I needed to live for my kids, because there was absolutely no point and killing myself over somebody who didn't deserve me, who didn't care about me, who didn't value me. I had to get up, and I had to make sense of myself. And so I literally got up. And I didn't just jump up and suddenly started, running around. I had to start crawling. Sometimes we have to crawl. Sometimes we have to creep. And I was at that place where I was crawling, trying to find my way back to some form of sanity and semblance of life. And I realized that I was broke. I had no money, and I needed to change my story. And I had to realize I had to take the jump. I had to go out on a limb. I had to come out of my comfort zone. I had to get up off my ass and literally start making sense of my mess. My life was a mess, a total mess. Everything was broken. And then gradually I had to take steps towards fixing my life. I don't know who is here right now who is too afraid to get up. And you find yourself in a shambles. You find yourself at a crossroads. You find yourself with everything looking dismal. Your business, your life, your relationship, your your money situation, your children, your house, everything looks dismal. Everything looks like it's not going to work out. You are frustrated, you are broken, you're tired. You keep trying this business and it's just not coming together. You keep trying this job, nothing is happening. You keep on trying and nothing is happening. I'm going to say to you this afternoon, this morning, don't be afraid to jump one last time. Take one last risk and hold your future by the hands. Because sometimes we're so close to that which is going to make us into the amazing person we are. We're so close that sometimes we cannot even realize it. And there's so many things that come to block our vision. I'm telling you from experience. I'm not just talking because I want to be on Facebook talking. Steve Harvey was living in his car. That's where he was living. He wanted to take the jump. And he decided, I am going to make it. So he lived in his car for years, right? Hi, Rose. There are people who don't understand that you have to sacrifice to get what you want. You have to go on a limb because the fruits and the apples and the things you need are on a limb. So I'm going to say to you that if 2017 has not materialized for you, I don't want you to give up. I want you to genuinely understand that failure comes just before you succeed. And success and failure live on opposite sides. And sometimes they're walking to meet each other. They want to collide. And the moment you're this close to the collision is when most of us give up. Oprah Winfrey didn't make it because she gave up. Steve Jobs didn't make it because he gave up on Apple the first time he tried. Barack Obama didn't give up the first time he tried to run for senator. He didn't give up. He kept going because his eyes were set on the prize of becoming president. What are your eyes set on that you are giving up on this 13th day of September? What are you giving up on that you need to jump towards rather than pull back from? There is something in your life that you're giving up on. There's some of you here who are giving up on stuff that you should be jumping into. I'm going to remind us that nothing happens by just sitting there. Success is not going to land in your lap. You are going to have to sweat, cry, sacrifice. You're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to struggle at something. You're going to have to ignore the naysayers. You're going to have to ignore the audiences. You're going to have to sweat a little bit. You're going to have to cry a little bit. You're going to have to sacrifice something to get what you want. And a lot of us don't realize that the people who are making it are not the ones who are just sitting there. You have to go after success. It won't just come into your lap. So I'm encouraging, I'm empowering, I'm literally reminding you that in order to succeed, you are going to have to go out there on a limb. You're going to have to go out there and jump and reach for what's yours. And the reason a lot of us are not making it is because not that we are not smart, not that we don't have the great ideas, not that we are not intelligent, not that we couldn't make it. It's because we are too afraid to reach out of comfort zone. We're too afraid to try something new. We are too afraid to come out of our postcode. I'm heading off to South Africa in a few weeks' time to speak. I've never been to Africa. But I desire to come out of my postcode. I'm looking partnerships to do purpose work with globally because I want to come out of my postcode. Some of us are not succeeding because we are too afraid to come out of our postcode. We are too afraid to take our lives by the hand. We're too afraid to try harder. We're too afraid to try something different. I've been sitting here today thinking about my own life and what I want to do and how I want to do things differently. And I'm literally reaching out of comfort zone. I'm reaching out to people that I normally wouldn't reach out to, but I need to push myself out of my regular comfort zone. What is your comfort zone today? And there are quite a few people on the call. Let's have a conversation. Type into the box. Tell me, what is your comfort zone? What is that thing that's holding you back? Is it your husband, your wife, your children, your relationship, your job, your mindset? What is it that's holding you back? Because we cannot fix, we cannot achieve, we cannot succeed until we are aware until we recognize what is holding us back, until we realize that what's holding us back is not more powerful than we are never going to succeed as much as we could have. So there's some of us who are stuck, not because we're not clever, not because we are procrastinators, but because we have a mindset of fear and a mindset of lack, and we're operating in lack rather than abundance. And we do not realize that the lion and the gazelle, as Eric Thomas would tell you, the lion keeps chasing, he keeps hunting, he keeps looking. Do you know how many times I'm here and things are rough, but I keep going? Because the reality is I understand that in order to keep in the game, you have got to fear there. Fear, Lillian Dyke. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So let me ask you, Lillian, what are you afraid of? What is it that you want to do and fear is holding you back from? What is that thing? Let me tell you something. When I was to publish my first book, I was afraid. I was so afraid that people would criticize me. Hi, Josine, I was afraid. My mindset was holding me back, but I'm working on changing my mindset every day. Rose, you've been my client for nearly 2 years, and I've seen your progress. I've seen how shifting your mindset has literally made you into this powerhouse. And I've seen you. You're a powerhouse, private powerhouse, because you've shifted your mindset. Hi, Josine, how you doing, darling? Right? I was afraid to publish my first book, and I'll never forget my first book. I was so afraid. I was nervous, and I was afraid that people would come down on me and accuse me and abuse me. And you know what? Probably that has happened. I've not had the experience yet, and I hope not to have it. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Mark, did you have your meeting yesterday? I don't know. Did you have your meeting? Let me know. So I was afraid that people wouldn't embrace me. And when I released my book, I believe it or not, the fear that I had was only Ava having a fear, because nobody had come out and attacked me and got over me and did all the things I was crazy thinking would happen to me. Instead, I was getting letters of thank you, Ava. Thank you for releasing. My manager is calling me. Hold on 1 second. Dario, what time are you free until? So that's another 10 minutes you'll be free? So I'm doing a Facebook Live now. I'll call you back in 10 minutes, okay? Because we need to talk. All right, I'll call you back. Tacha. Bye-bye. So that's my operations manager. That's Dario. Some of you might know Dario. He's in Holland. He's from Croatia, by the way. And and instead of people having a go at me and grabbing me and cussing me, and they embraced me, they told me thank you. I was getting emails of thanks and how much I was their voice. And I was elated. It lifted my spirit. You see, sometimes the things that you're afraid of to do are the things that you need to do, because there is an audience waiting for you. And I saw Josine has a post last night. I can't remember what it said. I'm going to find it because I actually commented on it. It was Word in Season. I think she said something like, stop watching everybody else. Don't cry. Stop watching everybody else. I'm going to find your post, honey, because I might not be on Facebook on everybody's post every day, but some things catch my eyes and I have to comment on them. But she said something along the lines of, do not cry over spilt milk. No, that's not the one. There's another one last night. Be the owner of your destiny. Don't be threatened by those who look down on you. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. By those who look down upon you, your work, keep focus on your own. That's what I'm saying to you, right? You've got to keep focusing on your own growth. So stop being afraid to step out there. If I share with you guys sometimes how I step out there and how hard I go, I got a very good response, except from my family. They were not happy for what I said. And you know what, Josine? I understand that, honey. Sometimes our families are some of our biggest hold back agents. They hold us back because they are too afraid to speak their truth. Hi, Tina. Sometimes we are afraid to speak our truth. We are afraid to be authentic. And the reality is that when you're most authentic is when you're most powerful. I no longer worry about what people say, because you cannot stop people from talking. And I realize that when people are talking about you, it means that there's something super freaking amazing about you that makes them talk about you. So culturally, I get it. But one day they will thank you because they're going to see the shift you're making, the lives you're saving. Mark, I was on the plane coming from Zada, and I've got a guy who's coming to Ignite just to hear your speech. And he's coming just to hear your speech, Mark, because he's been a drug addict for 10 years and his life is in shambles. And I met somebody on the plane who loves him dearly, but they can't help him. And I said to her, I have got an event on the 11th of November, and I want you to come and listen to this particular speaker called Mark. His story will help to touch this guy. And so I'm really and truly, happy birthday, Duchess Cleo. I'm really and truly reminding you to be empowered from within your own life, your own story, that there is everything waiting for you if you are willing to jump. Now, check this. I'm not going to say when you jump, it's going to be easy, because God knows my journey is hard. I don't share it a lot, but it's hard. People don't understand my journey. It's a struggle. It's hard. It might be, okay, I might not have the regular struggle, but I have struggles. I mean, I spent my whole day yesterday in meetings about the Mango Girl. And, you know, there are struggles in that part of the business. I struggle with childcare. I struggle with the loneliness. I struggle with my daughter. My daughter woke up today and told me yesterday she doesn't want to go back to university. And I struggled with that. But I also had to come to understanding that that's her life. And so what do? I don't just say, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I said, okay, baby girl, I understand. What do we do now? So she tells me, I said, what is the problem? Why don't you want to go back to university? And she said, traditional university is not for me, ma'am. Now, remember, I'm a Jamaican girl, black girl, who was told that we must get an education. As a matter of fact, it's education that changed my life. But my baby is saying, Mommy, I don't want to do normal education. So now I had to sit down and find a contingency plan. We're going to look at online university. Because the reality is, when you are coming up on hurdles, rather than stopping and say, oh my God, I can't do this, you must pause and breathe and find the alternative solution. There's always a contingency. In achieving your goals, you're going to have roadblocks and setbacks and naysayers and all kind of vile things and hurricanes and storms and mountains are going to come in front of you. But if you stand where they fall, you'll never move. You stand where they fall, you think about it, and you look for navigational, operational skills to get out of it. So when you come upon the roadblocks, when you come upon the mountains, how do you navigate them? What do you do? What do you do? What do? I find another way. There's always another way. There's always another way around your circumstances. And some of us do not make it because we come up on a roadblock and we panic. And we're like, oh my God. Rather than saying, you know what am I to learn here? There have been many journeys I've taken. Thank you very much. That's all right, Ava. Well said. There you are. Thank you very much. Wow, amazing, Ava. There you are. I have realized that every journey that I try to take, there you are, and Chloe is not for everybody. And so she's going to do uni, but she's going to do university online and she's going to work. And that's what she wants to do. And I just think the freedom, I'm not going to stop her because the world is such a different place. I want her to get an education. It's important she gets one. But it doesn't have to be traditional. And I'm going to use this to say to some of you, you don't have to go traditional ways to get what you want. There are other ways that are still ethical. Think about what is the other route. Somebody inboxed me today and said, Ava, I want to take Purpose Walk to an African country. I want to work with you. And I said, okay, great. And she said, because I don't want to spend 8 years trying to become a #1 phenomenon. I want to leverage certain brands and I want to leverage your brand. So I'm having discussions with her to see if we can work together. What are the alternative routes? What are the contingency plans? How do you navigate your circumstances? How do you navigate and jump out of comfort zone into your future? And let me say this, guys. October is only 17 days away. October, let me write that. October is 17 days away. That's all. It's not 150. It is 17 days away. And before you know that, December is here, right? And let me tell you how many days to Christmas. Let me just get it. How many days until Christmas? I'm going to tell you how many days to Christmas. It is, I'm finding it, how many days until Christmas, right? It is 221 sleeps. How many days? I want to find how many exact days to Christmas, because it's really important that we know this. 103 days to Christmas. It is 103 days to Christmas, to 2018. And a lot of us are still sitting there wondering, how do I start this business? How do I start this book? How do I leave this abusive man or woman? How do I walk away from this bad relationship? How do I change my mind about university? I don't know what your stuff is, right? Everybody's stuff is different. And you're asking yourself, how do I do this? You only have 103 days to go. So I want you to stop procrastinating. I want you to stop sitting down there and heeing and hawing and wondering, how could I do this? Right? Right? One second there. Right? And so it's putting your life into perspective and asking yourself the question. Sorry, but I had to just attend to that. Putting your life into perspective, ask yourself, what do I need to do? What do my next 90 days hold? Do I wait for the 31st of December and I get drunk and I get a piece of paper and a pen and I write down my New Year's resolution, or I get a chalkboard and I put them on it? And then what? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do next? I got a WhatsApp message this morning from Barbados, and it told me, hi, Ava, I would love you to come and speak in Barbados, because I am setting up my 90-day plan. What is your 90-day plan? What will 2018 look like for you? Only you can decide that. Nobody else can do that for you. And that is why I'm imploring people to not let the sunshine fool you, not let the Christmas spirits fool you. Harrods have got their Christmas stuff on. Not let the season get you so caught up into the frivolities and the Christmas spirit that you lose the fact that after the 31st of December, you're going to have to face the 1st of January. What will your future look like? What will your relationship look like? What will your life look like? What's going to be different for you? What is going to be different for you? How are you going to change lives? How are you going to change your life? Because I can't change anybody's life until I change my own. And I had to be doing a lot of introspection lately and saying, Ava, you got to fix these parts of your life, because if you don't fix yours, you can't fix anybody else's. And until we recognize that we have to fix us before we can pour into others, it's no point. So I'm going to jump off Facebook now because I need to call Daria. But I have a boot camp, and I'm going to invite you to come and join me. It's 30 days boot camp. And it's starting on the 1st of October, where I'm going to be spending 30 days with some people. I've got some people who've already signed up. And yes, I'm inviting you to come and join me. Yes, I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you for two things. Number one, let me put my diary here. I'm giving away free consultations. Yes, no charge. To people to come into my diary and have a chat. There's my diary. Book yourself in, right? You can get a free chat with me. Schedule a 15 minutes call. It's free of charge. There's nothing to it. I'm also inviting people to come and join me on my 30-day boot camp. And the 30-day boot camp will be where I'm going to be training people. It's for people who want to start their businesses or their books. It's really about people who are ready to take their lives to the next level. And, you know, you want to sit down and you want to say, okay, Ava, I want to do this with my life. I want to change this. It's not for you if you're thinking about just wanting to have a chat. It's not for you. It's not for you. I'm giving you these options as a means of coming out of comfort zone. I'm also trying to partner with people who want to come and do purpose walk with me. So I'm looking for partners in Poland and South Africa and Dubai and Slovenia and Cayman Islands and Canada and different parts of Africa. If you want to start leveraging my brand, There you are. Send an email to my assistant. Don't private message me on Facebook because I'm not going to be able to respond. I'm not looking after that. Dario is looking after that, as well as my assistant, right? They are the ones who are looking after that. But if you say, Ava, I'm ready to start and finish 30 days of 2017 stronger to prepare for 2018, there is a link. I'm doing a 30-day boot camp. As of the 15th of September, it's going to be £199, 30 days. If you book between now and then, it's going to be £50, $49.99. Now, what will you do in that? We're going to sit down and map out your 30 days. 30 days, your 90 days. We're going to map out your first 90 days in those 30 days. What should you have so that January, February, March of 2018, you're on track? What are the things you need, the tools, the resources? What do you need to do? We're also going to look at your life and figure it out together. We're going to have a one-on-one consultation with me after we finish this 30 days together. And if you are interested in, jump on, book your slot, email my PA and tell us that you're on board. But also, if it's not for you and it's not for everybody, some of us are still stuck, unsure of where we want to be next year. That's okay, because you're not ready yet. And you might be ready 2019, 2020. You might never be ready. That's okay. But if you know that you are tired and sick and tired of just the same old life, you're tired of in and out of the same crap place, you know that you have a book inside of you, you've got a business inside of you, you want to start a ministry, you want to do something, and you just need your hands held to flesh out your way, to see your way, to get a roadmap, a blueprint for the first 90 days of 2018, then this is for you. So it's really going to be an amazing time spent together. It's going to be 30 days together. Once you pay, you'll be sent to your Facebook group. You jump in there, you come across, and we're going to have that conversation. So I'm going to implore you to literally go to that 30-day blueprint, 30-day boot camp, and let's have the conversation, because at the end of the day, I know that somebody's going to be blessed from this, and we are going to have an amazing time. So before I go, let me just wrap up the essence of today. Today is about reminding you that it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Steve Harvey did not make it by not sleeping in his car rough and struggling and sacrificing. Some of you are just afraid to pull your hands out and spend £50. Some of you are afraid to spend £5, £10. Some of you are afraid to pay £10,000 and investing in your courses. I mean, I've had coaches I've spent £10,000 on in the past. Yeah, I've had coaches that I've spent a lot of money. Lisa Nichols charges $25,000 for a VIP day. I've had to invest in myself, and I continue to invest because I know that every coach needs coaches, and I have a lot of people around me. Who do you have around you? Have you wondered how much further you could be if you had a mentor in your life? What has held you back? So don't be afraid to jump, whether it's to jump and get a coach, a mentor, an accountability partner, buy some books, go to a course. It doesn't matter. Go to a workshop or seminar. It doesn't matter. Take your future by the hand, because 2018 is not the year of vision boarding. It's a different kind of year. It's Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. Follow me and join my Facebook group. Let me tell you the link for that, because I'm always welcoming people to my group. It's called Awakening Your Best Life. Book and Business. It's one of the places that we hang out. And it's a community that, for me, there are some solid people in that community. We share, we give resources, we empower each other, and I invite you to come and join me. So have a great day, you all. Remember 3 things on this course. Join the boot camp, £50 as opposed to $199. This ends on the 15th of September. If you want to partner with me to roll out Purpose Walk in your country or city, jump on. Let's have the conversation. Email Sarah and join my Facebook group, which is there for you as well. And take your 4 things. Take your free session with me. Have a great day, you all, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye-bye.